Howdy, 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 everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Live with Misfit Mining. We have DJ Mines, we have Chili, we have Teaspoon, and of course, we have the Mining King. How you guys all doing? Start with you, DJ.
They're muted.
They're muted. Oh, wrong one. All right, now they can hear you. Say it again, DJ. I clicked the wrong desktop audio to unmute.
What's going on, everybody? It's a pleasure to be here. I think this is my second time with Misfit Mining. It's always a good time to hang out with the guys. Been in the metaverse. Don't let your kids play it. It will ruin their lives. Although Star Wars is pretty awesome in the process of moving, I do apologize for the low quality audio. I'm on my phone.
All right, how about you, Mining King?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been doing a lot of projects lately. You know, I picked up an S19J Pro. A video will be coming out next week about cleaning it. I'm probably gonna do immersion for that thing because it's pretty loud in my garage, and eventually I think a neighbor's probably gonna say something. And then I've been doing some cooling stuff in my garage. I've been doing a lot of content, doing Flux node stuff. I'm hopefully going to have the last piece to the Flux node series Friday. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Nice. How about you, Chili? What's going on in the Octominer world?
Oh, we don't have to talk about that. No, I've been busy too. Lots of 007 projects coming out in the next month for us. As you guys know, we're going to be listing ASICs on our site to sell.
Wow.
We have some other new product lines coming out, I think, in September that are related to ASICs. So that's kind of exciting. Personally, I've been kind of same as King, just working on my garage. I ordered two of the cloud something 12 from AC Infinity. So I'm gonna be installing those and having the hot air exhausted out my eaves of my the vents under our roof.
Cool.
So it'll go up and suck it out. Just because it's getting too hot. I've been buying GPUs like crazy still. I think I'm buying like 10 more next week. So
Wow.
yeah. So and then I bought two Flex little mini PCs off Amazon last night. So I'm gonna start diving into that. And DJ definitely has inspired me with some of his stuff to jump into that. So I'm looking forward to kind of nerding out for those. And yeah, so a lot of stuff going on with me too.
Cool. How about you, Teaspoon?
Well, I was kind of laughing to myself because literally like 2 minutes before the stream started, I had re-terminated my coaxial internet feed cable that goes down into the basement to connect to my modem. Because my dogs decided to chew through the other one. There was two other cables along with, so there's a three-way splitter in the box in my backyard, and one of the cables goes to the modem, and then the other two were to like wall jacks that were in like the master bedroom and then the living room, and those had been severed like at the surface of the house, like severed from the wall. And the one that was remaining was the one that was actually feeding service to the house, and I was like, please don't cut it, please don't bite through it or whatever. So I had anyways, yeah, it was a whole thing.
So I wasn't kidding when I did say it was Teaspoon's fault. Even though I was still running behind, he became the guy that we can blame because he was the last guy here and he messed up all
the. I literally had no internet until like 20 minutes ago.
Sounds like you need conduit for your home.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, seriously. Well, I've got like just makeshift PVC conduit in the backyard just for now that I'm hoping will be sufficient for the time being at least. But now I know that I can do it. So that was a morale boost to myself.
Cool.
Anyway,
Well,
so.
as you guys know, all I've been doing pretty much has been working. I got to work again tomorrow, but The good news is that the end is near of some of these crazy hours. At least I'll only be working crazy hours for 5 days a week instead of 7 days a week, as we finally have gotten caught up on most of the things at work, and should be able to get more into a normal rhythm that we had been in prior to that. As whatever was causing this, I think the supply chain dam broke, and basically just got a large influx of inbounds, and which caused a large influx of outbounds because we can only hold so much in our warehouse. And it was like a 2 to 3 month stretch where we just had this incredible volume. And last week we saw it's like somebody just turned off the spigot and put things back to what we normally expect this time of year. So not to say that things couldn't change a little bit in the future, but at least even when the volume was like super high, we were still catching up. So things are definitely a lot better at work, which is a very, very good thing. So anyway, before we get too far into this, first of all, thank you, Crypto Duck, for being a member. He says, just wanted to pop in and say hello before we get distracted again. I hope all you are doing well. Much love from the crypto crew. Yeah, a bunch of the crypto crew are having a good time, so have a few less people. Yeah, I actually knew that. And 56, thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate that. My wife is my monitor, so she makes sure I mention all the right people. So again, thank you guys. Both of you guys I know are up there, so you guys have a good time. Appreciate you guys stopping in. And before we get too far, this live stream is brought to you by
HeroMiners.com. For the month of September, they are removing all of their fees. No block reward fee, no payout fees for their Ethereum Classic, Ergo, and Ravencoin mining pools. And additionally, no parallel asset fee on their Flux pool, where parallel assets are added instantly to their payable balance. Not only that, they are giving away $1,500 in total, where at each of Ethereum Classic, Ergo, Flux, and Ravencoin, you can win $250 in 4 separate giveaways and $500 in one big combined giveaway. Hero Miners makes it easy for you to mine with 12 regions across the world, single port variable difficulty, pool and solo mining support, and in-depth stats for your crypto that you are mining. Join HeroMiners.com today, link down below.
All right, guys, we're back. So yes, Hero Miners does have another giveaway in September, but they still have the August giveaway going on. There is still one more snapshot to be made, so you can still get in on that if you decide you want to mine to Hero Miners Flux channel. They still do have, our mining pool, I should say. They still do have until the end of the month, no parallel asset fees, as well as no mining fees as well. So go check that out. Alrighty, back to the regularly scheduled programming. Anyway, so who wants to start first about what the heck is going on with Neoxa? Mining King, that's got to be a cue for you.
Cue for me. Dude, everybody asks me that. It's like I'm like the Neoxa spokesperson here. Like everybody asks me questions about Neoxa since I was one of like the first people to do content on it. They did get listed on another exchange, so you know that could be why maybe it's pumping a little bit. It is worth a lot more right now, but I'm still gonna hold. Mine's worth about 20 Litecoin right now, but I'm gonna hold I'm waiting for it to get to a penny.
Yeah, I have a whole 6,800 Neoxa, so mine went from worth about $7 to 21. So
yeah,
Thanks, dude.
Hey, it's better than it going down, that's for sure.
Hey, Chili, how about your Neoxa, bud?
Let's hear it.
I don't wanna.
I want to know.
Did you sell yours before it hit the second bump?
No, it's even worse.
Oh,
I made a rookie mistake. I'm extremely embarrassed. Okay, fine, whatever. You know what? I'm an honest person. So my iMac had the Qt wallet installed on it. I had about 480,000 Neoxa on there.
Oh, wow.
ooh,
So,
ouch.
it started the system started crashing. So I had a MacBook laptop. So yesterday I decided I'm gonna go to the Apple Store, trade them in for gift cards, and then buy a new laptop and kind of combine two systems into one. Right now, I'm on my gaming rig. So when you go into Apple, they basically look over your devices and then they give you like, okay, we're going to give you X amount on a gift card, right, for the Apple Store. So you can go online, buy it, or buy it there in the store, or whatever. So they gave me 2 gift cards. What I didn't really think about is in person when you do that at their store is they have you wipe each device in front of
Oh.
you and they have you do it and you click like erase drive. And last night King and I were talking and I totally realized that I did not grab my backup files off my machine and I basically lost all of that Neoxa that was on my wallet. And
Wow.
it sucks. Yeah.
About
How much
much
money
is
would
that?
that be?
Over $800.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
23070s, bud.
I know. So, note to self: do external backups more.
Yeah,
that was a bad
I'm glad
mistake.
I'm glad you said that because I mean that is something that you
Oh,
hear
good.
about all the time, but it's always somebody else. Well, not always somebody else. And make sure you know where your passwords, your seed phrases are. Know where all of that is so that you can always recover. Didn't you have a story like that, Mining King, for Raven Coin?
Well, I had a hard drive die, so that was my thing with Raven Coin. So going forward, besides this Neoxa, any more projects that come out and have core wallets, I'm not doing it. Sorry, I hate core wallets. They suck so hard. If you're gonna do a project, dude, do something better than the crappy core wallet. All right, come on, get with it. I lost I lost a lot of Raven. All right, so yeah, if I do mine Raven again, it's going into Zelcore. That's where it's going.
We should start a support group or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think I didn't intend to have it get into this, but I'm like, hey, as long as we started, let's start sharing some stories. And I knew Mining King had a
DJ,
story.
what'd you say?
I said I really do like Zelcore though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Zelcore's solid. Yeah.
Yep. So Dpran, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Yes, mining profits are down, but 0 flux given. Nice. And Hawk, what are you guys doing here? But thank you for showing up and thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Very much appreciate it. Why does Max look like a rapper? What do I need to go like this? Rapper named White Lightning.
Earbuds look like a gold chain.
And Chum Change, thank you for the anyway, I'm reading how he spelled lightening as opposed to lightning. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, Chum Change. I appreciate it. Anyway, but yeah, it's a lesson that hopefully you hear what other people have gone through and hopefully you learn from it. Because it sucks when you lose crypto. Yeah, I try to stay away from core wallets as well. Stay with the tried and true things that work. What do you use, DJ, for your wallets? It's obviously Zelcore.
Zelcore, yeah, definitely. I like Zelcore a lot, man. It's just so easy because I still have Raptorium, Flux, whatever. It's all in one, and I like the look. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like the way it looks. Yeah.
Cool. What do you use, Mining King?
I try to use everything I can on my ledger. I have 2 ledgers. I have a Nano S and the S Plus that just came out, which I really like the S Plus. So things like my Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, that all goes on the ledger. I know it's not possible, but I wish these other altcoins could get access to the ledger. Because to me, that's like the most secure way to keep your funds. If it can't be on the ledger, then it goes to Zelcore. If it can't be on Zelcore, besides Neoxa, because I've already started that project, besides that one, if it's not on Zelcore, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So what's one of the ones that doesn't work with Ledger, so to speak?
Raven coin. So 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 it sort of works like it. Like Ravencoin, what you have to do is get the Electrum wallet, and essentially
right.
instead of them being stored with the ledger just acts more like a key to unlock. You know what I mean? Your Raven.
Exactly. That's what
So
I
it's
meant.
not
That's
like it's not actually stored on the ledger. You know, and
It just generates an address from the ledger.
Yeah.
using
So
your
if it's not 100% on the ledger, man, or Zelcore, I try not to mess with it.
Yeah, that can be a little finicky using like chain tech or whatever to get to it type of thing. The web, I'm not a huge fan of using like hot wallet interfaces because like Ledger obviously is cold, so to speak, but the interface in this case for Ravencoin, where you used Electrum to create the Ledger-based address for Ravencoin, even though it's not supported directly by Ledger Live, but access it is using a web-based interface to get to it, which is the purpose of storage.
Yeah, it's like you might as well just not even use it. That's how I look at it. But
yeah, it's tricky. So
Did we talk about Neoxa price? I don't know if we mentioned that, like what it is, or
Yeah, last time
I will go to.
it's been
I will
going
go
crazy,
to trade.
right?
I'll go to trade right now, and
while you're looking that up, Rondi, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Very much appreciate that.
Please don't make me cry.
What did he say? Do you mind reading that for me, Max?
It's
white
pumped
lighting.
even more.
White lighting, not lightning, but white lighting.
Stop. Just don't talk anymore.
Okay, so it's pumping even more. It's up 188.76%. My Litecoin, like half an hour ago, that was worth like 20 Litecoin, is worth 31 Litecoin now.
Oh
my God.
It's at let's see here, LTC. It's worth 0.0000949. So it's going up, dude. It's just like a straight.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just straight up. Oh man, 31 Litecoin. Let's see here. What's my what's it worth? 31 Litecoin to USD is worth oh wow. It's worth $1,640 if I wanted to trade it right now.
That's
Nice.
solid, dude.
That's solid.
That's in a bear market,
dude.
Oh, I know.
Chili has more than me.
$2,900 right now.
All right, 3 to 4 3070s. How's that gift card feeling? Sorry, bud.
If any of you guys know a way, I don't think there's a way to get it back.
Well, the problem is you don't have the seed phrase or the .bat file, so you have no keys whatsoever to get it back.
I'm toasted. Yeah. You know,
the system works though. Now no one can hack you.
Yeah.
Yay!
Your
funds are secure.
The security, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely trying to really look at a silver lining, but okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, so Calamon Mining said, what about iCloud? You didn't have an iCloud backup of the machine, did you? Or like Time Machine or anything?
Ooh. Oh, I forgot about the cloud. I'm not an avid Mac user. I mean, I do have an iPhone.
I don't back my Macs up to the cloud per se, but and that actually makes
I'd have to look at that. I'll take a look.
That makes me double take on my backups in general.
Dude, Teaspoon might just save you right here. You're gonna have to cut him in on half.
I'll take a cut. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right.
All right. I saw. Let's see. Paddywhack Miner says, "Are they under attack again? Is who under attack again?"
Oh, is I think he's asking about if they're doing a double spend attack.
Oh,
no,
not that I'm aware of. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty interesting with what was going on, and yeah, it just seems to keep going up. You know, it's interesting because you see, like when Firo had its pump, it was just up and then right back down. And honestly, I expected that to happen in Neoxa, and it has not stopped. It just keeps going up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe I should have kept mining it. Oh, well.
You know, what can you do, man?
Yep.
or you should have been playing Rust.
No. As much as I have an addictive personality, never been addicted to drugs or alcohol or anything like that, but I will get sucked in so hard. And yeah, I would waste so much time on Rust if I started playing. Same thing with Minecraft. It's those types of games. They never end. They never end. It's not like StarCraft where there's a beginning and you either win or you lose. There's a beginning and an end.
Where DJ ends it all the
Yeah,
time.
with DJ crushes us. Okay, yeah, that's just. I was gonna leave that part out. Didn't want to boost his ego any more than it already was.
I play nice.
Too nice. Okay, when we play StarCraft, what I always tell DJ when he's kicking our butts is stop playing with your food. Just kill us off. You've beaten us. Don't let us live just so we can be killed off again.
Then nobody wants to play anymore. They leave me.
Anyway, yeah, DJ is pretty good at video games. I will definitely say that.
Oh, hold on, let me pat myself right here, bud.
Right. Are you going through any withdrawals, or do you have because you don't have internet where you were in your new home, right?
No, so I bought a hotspot.
Okay.
But then I don't have the right cables from Optimizers right now. So I just, I don't know. I'll figure that out. But yeah, I bought a hotspot and then it has 40 gigs. You get it from Best Buy. The device is only $50. That's a one-time buy. And then I think it's $40 for 50 gigs a month. So I was like, oh, that's a lot. Because Red Panda, he used to do his whole farm or whatever it was, like his basement, only 5 gigs for the whole month on his hotspot. So I'm getting 40. So.
Yeah, I think that was like $25 a month or something like that is what he was doing for that 5 gig. Yeah.
For now, until like the cable company comes back, yeah, I'll just use that for a bit.
How's your what kind of internet are you able to get where you are?
Honestly, I think it's the same one as this Spectrum. I think I just take this to the new location like the next day, and it just I think it just auto does it.
Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing you got, Mining King, as Spectrum, or do you have something else?
No, I have CenturyLink.
Oh, that's right.
my internet is so cheap and so awesome. $65 a month for a gigabit for up and down gigabit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Like 80 for I think 50 download and 13 upload. I can't even run a node.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's 1.2 gig down, but it's only 35 up. So actually, that's what they promise, but it ends up being about 42, 43 is what I end up getting. So I'm able to run 2 Flux nodes, but yeah, I mean, I've looked at. Have you looked to see how much data your Flux nodes use, Mining King? I mean, it's like 3.5 to 4 gig a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm sorry, not gig, Tera. Yeah.
Whoa.
So yeah,
I'm on unlimited.
Yeah, so am I.
Same. Yeah.
But Comcast does like track it. I mean, they don't mind. They're not like they've not like complained or anything, but they do let you know, like, so that you can see, well, do I really need unlimited or not? Yeah, there's no question I need unlimited. Mine's like around 7 to 8 terabit. I say terahash. Terabits. So yeah, it uses a ton of data. Well,
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm about to put on my 3rd node right now, so yeah, it's gonna get even more. I recorded a video this weekend of upgrading my Unraid, so it now has a i9 10850K. So I got 10 cores and 20 threads. Gave it 32 more gigs of RAM. So we're getting ready. Doing some more nodes.
I'm just waiting for you to open up, what did Hawk say at your consulting business or whatever, but really what it's going to be.
The Mining King Business Solutions.
There you go.
Every other Thursday between 9 and 4.
Right, exactly. And but I'm just waiting for you to open up your hosting service for Flux nodes.
Oh, Flux nodes hosting service.
I mean, shoot.
You can have 8. Yeah.
I mean, 25. Let's say you only used 500 of your 1,000, basically your 1 gigabit. I mean, you could basically host 20 Cumulus nodes easily.
Wow.
DJ, are you able to talk about your stuff you're doing for Flux?
Yeah. So thanks for asking, man. So we actually Upsilon Mining and I, we're starting up our own business. We're selling Flux nodes, and we're actually going live Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we only have 50 right now. That took a long time, dude. Doing 25 nodes. I did 25. I just finished last night, actually. And yeah, he finished today as well. And we're going to try it out. If the business goes well, maybe go 75 nodes and then 100 nodes. And I don't know how much can I say on this. So I spoke to Flux about it. We got permission from them before doing it, and just like, hey, are you guys good with this? And they said, dude, we fully support you. We'll retweet you guys. We'll tell people about you guys. Yeah, dude. So they're like, Flux fully supports the idea, and yeah, man. And like, for people that might wonder, is it cheaper to do it yourself? Absolutely. Like, I mean, I wish that I could sell these for $100. It's not even possible. Like, you can buy 1 or 2 off eBay. You definitely can, but I can't buy 50 off eBay or. And I also wouldn't feel, what's the word? Because we're getting them new, either new or certified, refurbished, basically kind of new. It just depends on the batch. So I feel comfortable with that, but like buying off eBay and then giving them to people, I would just feel bad. So, I wish I could sell them for $100, but also Shopify, man. Have you ever used Shopify?
Yeah.
Oh my
it's
God,
expensive.
dude. Like, so it's in Canadian dollars, because if we change it to USD, just for people to read it in USD, is $230 a month. We looked into that. Yeah, just to because he's running the business, like as far as the taxes and stuff in Canada, but to have it international, which is still US, is 230 extra plus what we're already paying plus the fee. Yeah, it's expensive, man. So it's in Canadian dollars.
So I have a couple questions for you. Are you guys just providing the hardware to purchase for someone like the ones I just bought off Amazon? Like, is your store, I would go to your website and then I would order the machine and then it would basically be ready to go out of the box when it got to my house, and then I would just have to put in my Flux info?
Yeah, exactly. So like, I know so this is why I wanted to get involved when he invited me. Like, the biggest thing you hear about nodes is people saying this is difficult, this takes a lot of time. And so basically we take Ubuntu, we do all that for you. We log in, we make you an account, we'll tell you what it is. They're all pretty much the default stuff. And so we do a lot of that for you. And then as soon as you get it, you turn it on, you press the number 1, and then you go straight into your Flux account. And then you add in all your info. You still have to add in your IP address and all that, but we take out like all that boring stuff that for some people difficult stuff, and it's like how an Octominer, for me, the best thing about Octominer is I don't have to build the rig. I loved it at first, but I don't like building the frames anymore. And it's just like a time saver. Yeah, it's just a time saver. That's what it really comes down to.
So are you guys providing the documentation, or are you guys providing a link? How are you guys like directing people that once they get it, what do they do with it?
Yeah, so we have a tutorial video that Upsilon made, and then we also have like the instructions, what you do from there. But it's very important. People like understand, if you don't have the upload, which is a minimum of 25 upload, I would really try to aim for like 30 or higher. I wouldn't have exactly 25, because then you can't do anything with your computer. But yeah, definitely check out the prerequisites. Make sure you are, and you do have 1,000 node or 1,000 Flux minimum.
1,000 nodes minimum.
Yeah, 1,000
Yeah, 1,000 nodes. No, don't. I don't want to make 1,000 nodes, guys. It took me so long to do 25.
I think it's a great idea. It's definitely a great idea.
Man.
That's really sweet. I'm ready to check out. So you guys go live Tuesday?
Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST. Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
EDT.
What is EDT? What's that mean?
Eastern Daylight Time. We're in daylight time. We're not in standard time right now.
Who says that? Who says EDT?
It's not who says it. It's what we're in right now. We're in daylight time.
Yeah, it's a great thing though, DJ, because there is I know there's some people in the community, that have turned off their nodes, that because they're difficult, right? They go offline, and as like some of the Flux, even in the Flux instructions, this is not for like anybody, right? It's more for intermediate users, right? Who also need to know some Linux. So by any means, I'm not even an intermediate user. I just know enough to barely get by. which I have, Tains and, Mr. Max over here when I have questions. So
Absolutely.
it's cool though, man. It'll help out some of the people who may be having a hard time to be able to have a node, because I think it's going to be a great thing down the road. Because I think some people, they look at it like, it's not making that much money right now, right? I get like 15 or 18 Flux. It's only worth like 80 cents or $1 or whatever. But to me, it's like I'm looking down the road like, what if this thing hits $100, right? Then that's $1,500 a month. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of look at it. It's a down the road thing, looking at the bigger picture.
Well,
So
I know you're going to find this really shocking, but in the case of Flux, to me, it's not all about the profitability. I know you're shocked, but it's not all about the profitability. It's about supporting an awesome project. I know it is, but I'm not losing money on it, but this is something I feel strongly about, and I love the project. I think it's got a lot of promise, and the more people build out the network, the more usable it is, and the more they can do with it, and the more features they can build upon it. This is not like Helium and the fact of like you're building a network. This has, while that has a use case, it's a niche use case. This has a very large use case, a mainstream use case. It's just a matter of how quickly people are going to adopt Web3.
Yeah. Did you guys watch what was it? Hobbyist and Seth. State of the Union. Yeah.
I watched most of it. I need to finish watching the rest. That was amazing.
So Dan was saying he thinks, well, take it for what it's worth. He thinks 5 years Flux will be $100. We'll see. I mean, even if it's $10, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And if you just have like a little node that's doing 30 watts, maybe 35 or something.
5 or to 10 if it's a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, it's so low wattage. You just sit in the corner, forget about it for years. You still have to upgrade it and stuff, but
yeah, you got to keep an eye on it a couple days a week. I just basically go into my Zelcore wallet. I look to see if it says confirmed, and it says confirmed. It's always that nervous part of the day. Is it still confirmed? It's still confirmed. Excellent.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I really like Flux, man. Ergo too, man. I wish. I don't wish they had a node, but you never know. You never know what happens with Ergo. I like Ergo as a project as well. I have a question for all of you. I'm sorry for cutting you off here, Max.
No, that's fine.
So, Ethereum, what's today? The 27th, man. What is it? The 15th now, right? They moved it up. Ethereum merge. So, are you guys still on Ethereum, or have you guys moved off, or what's the plan on that?
I have about 5 gigahash on Ethereum right now.
I got 2.2.
700 mega hash.
2.2 on what? Ethereum, Max?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have just one card on Flux right now.
Okay. And what'd you say, Teaspoon?
650 to 700. Still running on ETH.
Okay. Mining King, what are we looking at? What are we mining, buddy?
I have some rigs in transport right now going to Mr. Hawk. So I have rigs that are down. So at the end of next week, I plan on moving 100% away from it. I just want to get I'm just getting some last minute Ethereum. I'm hoping that it'll have a, real hard pump there at the end, and I'll probably just dump it all and trade into something else. I'll probably trade into Bitcoin, just to have something, a little more secure, whatever. I have 3.7 gigahash right now on, but probably when everything gets there, I'll be over 5 gigahash.
Nice, dude.
So I've done some upgrading on mine. I went from 1.6 to 5. So,
well, just quick to note, I just ran What2Mine on a 3070.
Is it Neoxa?
Neoxa's number 1. What do you think's number 2?
Ethereum.
Flux. What's number 3?
Aeon.
Ethereum.
Conflux.
No.
What's number 4?
Ethereum.
Swap.
Ethereum.
Number 5 is Ethereum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
So for me, I've already moved off 3 rigs right now for 2 weeks for Flux. and I'm gonna get this next BTC. Well, I'm still mining Ethereum and into BTC. I'm gonna get this next payment. I think it'll take me 5 more days, and then for me, my strategy, what I've been thinking is everything off of Ethereum earlier. And the reason is obviously like the hash rate's going to go up like substantially for all the coins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so during this bear market, I just want to get as many coins as I can right now. So I'm looking to get some more on Ergo, or to get some on Ergo, maybe one on Neoxa just for fun. Maybe I'll do a Monopoly, YOLO play, and definitely a bunch on Flux. A couple weeks at least before the merge, because maybe even one on ETC actually, because yeah, I think this might be my last chance to get a lot of coins.
The ETC though, man, it's been. I have a iPolo. I have the 130 mega hash one, and I was making like 3 ETC a month off that, and now it's down to like 1.5. There's already been so much hash rate that's moved over that the yield has been cut in half. So if you want some ETC, even a little bit, now's the time to do it, because yeah, when the merge happens, it's gonna be. I think it's just gonna get real bad.
Yep.
I've actually been buying coins as well. I bought Cardano. I bought only $500 worth every Monday. I plan on buying just kind of dollar cost averaging into Cardano. It's down 90%, dude. 90. Like, I don't, in my personal opinion, like, where else could it go? Could it go down a little bit more? Sure. But just looking at the charts and kind of my gut feeling for the next bull run, I feel good about Cardano. And I've also been thinking, if my electric gets too out of control during this bear market, I would temporarily shut down some rigs and definitely stock up on some of these coins, man, for me. I don't know about you guys.
No, that's not a bad idea. It really isn't.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it that way. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna mine Ethereum till the merge, and yeah, that was kind of my thought. But now I'm like, wait a minute, that's an interesting idea, especially considering, do we think Ethereum is going to go down or up after the merge, and what do we think these other coins are going to do after the merge? And that's kind of a interesting idea. I did notice that Ergo is way down as far as profitability right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
And we are gonna see, especially once we get past the merge, we're gonna see profitability will be so unsteady. People will flock to whatever is the most profitable, and so you're gonna see these large swings in hash rate as people try to chase profitability. So it'll be interesting times. Like I said, if nothing else, it's gonna be a great time to be a YouTuber and just kind of talk about everything that's happening.
Yep.
But yeah, actually, one thing that is coming up, and this is really the key last step to the merge, is the why can I not think of it? There's the execution layer and anyway, it's the POS layer, but it's not called POS. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, but Bellatrix, what was that? Consensus layer.
Consensus, yeah.
But yeah, that's having its fork on September 5th. And we can all hope and pray that doesn't go well. Because if that doesn't go well, then September 15th will not happen. But I think that's probably more the easier side of things, unfortunately. But we shall see. Yes, Mining King.
I was going to raise my hand. How many of you? Because I have a few ASICs and Helium Miner and some other things. To keep diversified to where the merge isn't affecting me as much. Well, I mean, it will, because I do have a lot of GPUs, but I have other things that generate, coins and stuff like that. Do you guys have anything else, or is everybody here heavily GPU mining?
I'm heavily GPU mining, but I've planned on getting a few other nodes like that run on Flux. I won't do a Furo Master node most likely on Flux, but I know I can't think of it. Starts with a P. Why I'm
the pre-search?
Thank you. Yes, pre-search. I've been talking about doing a node on that, a pre-node. Haven't done it yet, but I will be doing that when I get some time.
Nice. I have 2 Doge miners still going. I don't know, man. I'm really liking these altcoins long term. Maybe not so much Doge, but hey, if there is a next bull run, which I do think there will be, things like Doge, man, things that cost 6 cents. I see these things 5, 10x, and not financial advice. So I'm still going to keep my Doge miner going, low wattage. I have my S19, or no, I'm sorry. I have a Koi miner, which is like the ripoff of that. I actually left that off though because it's losing $1.30 a day. It's a 98 terahash. And unfortunately, right now, BTC miners are, for the most part, not super profitable. For me, not profitable at all. So I will keep it. I'm not going to sell it. But I do want to get an ETC miner. But like you mentioned, the hash rate's been going up. So it's a tough one. But yeah, definitely interested in even Cadena if it came down in price. Because right now, it's way too much for those miners. I think the coin for me is better at this moment.
I do not have any ASICs. I think I'm at, after next week, I'll be at like 104 GPUs. And then I want to get some mini miners. Yeah, like the smaller ones. And kind of just maybe use those just to build up some bags of other stuff. So
nice.
Cool.
What about you, Teaspoon? You have anything else besides the GPUs? Or are you heavy GPU miner?
I have been wanting for the longest time to look at branching into like the iPollo has been one that's been curious. It's got me really curious, but I haven't pulled the trigger, and it's
in my kitchen still. I wrote a little sticky note on it. I call it the Wi-Fi toaster.
I love it. Yeah, nothing at the moment, just GPUs.
Oh, Max, did you answer yet?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing ASICs.
Not doing ASICs of any kind. Okay.
ASIC. Well, I mean, I've kind of toyed around with the thought of doing like a mini Doge miner or something like that. Just because I think, hey, you're not going to find, I don't know of any, do you guys know of any other than like the USB ones, which don't make any money, but any Bitcoin miners that are quiet? Because I mean, this is in my home. Now,
well,
go ahead.
So I'll say this. So, like I said kind of earlier when we were going over what our new things are, I am looking into Immersion. So for me, Immersion with Bitcoin miners, it's great. There's also some other stuff I'm looking into, the BTC miner, which is I think it's ASIC to the moon. I can't remember. It's on this one guy's YouTube channel. I need to look it up, but they have overclocks, like preset overclocks, and one of them is an undervolt to do 100 terahashes on the S19J Pro at 2600 watts.
Nice.
But see, with the Immersion, you remove all the fans, so you have no noise. The only thing that the only heat you'll have to remove is from obviously whatever radiator or cooling surface you end up using. But that's still going to be significantly quieter than the Bitcoin server fans, because those things get way loud.
Yeah.
How much does that cost to get involved?
So I've been doing a little bit of research. If you do it all yourself and just buy a bunch of parts, right? I mean, you could literally just either get a free fish tank off like OfferUp or Facebook, right? And you'd have to obviously get some PVC, a pump. Those are relatively all cheap things. The thing that's going to cost you the most, which I don't recommend, mineral oil. If anyone's going to do that, don't do mineral oil. All right. You want to go to Engineer Fluids and get BitCool. They have a lot of videos on this stuff. I mean, it's like, biodegradable. The guy even put his hands in there and like tasted it with his fingers to prove that it's safe. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool stuff. It is a little expensive for like I think like 5 gallons is like $300. So
oh wow, that is expensive.
Yeah,
it's
expensive.
It's a dielectric coolant is what it's called, and it's made by Engineer Fluids.
Jump's poking you in live chat. He's like, "Shut up, King."
Mineral oil. Hey, I told him, I said, hey, instead of taking everything to Hawk, I'm like, just get a big swimming pool and just fill it full of mineral oil and just throw all your octominers in there and just let them roll.
He said, "Go oil you beard, King."
Go oil my beard.
When's the last time you guys bought a GPU?
last week.
I did not buy any after I said I wouldn't buy any. No, I did.
He's lying.
6,700 XTs, right?
Yeah. Me and Chili bought some.
Dude.
I think it was January. I think it was January. I think it was February actually. February or March. But it's been quite a while. Quite a while since I bought one.
We found them for a great price. I mean, $280 for 6700 XT reference. I mean, I can't say no, man. I gotta do it.
That's a good price. Definitely a good price.
That was a good deal.
I think I bought probably around when Max did, like January, February. I think. I don't remember, dude. I don't know.
Wow, that long ago? Wow, jeez.
I don't know. It might have been like March, but it feels like it's been ages, man. I've been trying to hold off until the merge, like a month or two after the merge. You know, save as much cash as I possibly can, so a month or two after, I can just, double down.
Sunflower Mama says, "I never buy my own GPUs." Not true, but yeah, she did have the biggest score. But anyway, that was quite a while.
I remember that. I was in the bear market too. Yeah.
That was when things were booming. Anyway, all right. Hey, Red Panda's here. Thank you for showing up. Oh, has he? Oh, okay. I just happened to see it pop up. I haven't really been watching chat much. What can I say? You guys been seeing anything in chat you wanted to comment on?
I haven't been watching the chat like you, Max.
So Paddywhack Miner asked, do you have any more news on Flux's Project Thunder? Did they mention that in the State of the Union?
Thunder?
I only watched half of it. I had to finish watching the rest.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but that's basically their storage on the Cumulus nodes. That's going to be
I think
like a
minimum
Dropbox.
20 terabytes.
Oh, you have to have a minimum of 20 terabytes of storage?
I thought I heard that part was 20 terabyte hard drive. Yeah.
Well,
so think about it. If you have a bad Chia rig, which I had, but I didn't have 20 terabytes. It's I had 20 combined. I have 24 terabytes together. But I mean, if you have a failed Chia project and you got 300 terabytes, this would be a perfect opportunity for you.
Well, the other thing is, does it have to all be on the same drive?
He didn't state that. I think you just have to have 20 terabytes together.
And it has.
I'll have to check in it.
Yeah, it's like Cumulus nodes. I mean, they're not. That's kind of interesting. I guess they'll probably have some more information on how to maybe configure it and some of the configurations that you can use. But I'm sitting here going, well, why wouldn't you be able to maybe hook up like a NAS, and somehow hook that up to your actual Cumulus node, or maybe you just make your NAS into a Cumulus node. I don't know.
Somebody asked a question, when's the next halving for Flux? It's coming up real soon in 23.
You know when it is about?
I want to say the first quarter. I want to say it's the first quarter. I don't remember what month, but it's going to be quick. It's going to be coming real quick. If you believe in Flux, hey, I would definitely get on it.
Yeah, it'll probably rise up after that. No question.
Yeah. But one thing I really liked about the State of Union or State of Flux? I don't remember what it was titled.
I think it was State of the Union.
Yeah,
Flux.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked his explanation of how Flux actually has a use case, and he was talking about AWS and how it could replace that for a lot of large companies, like your Googles or Amazons. For example, they could be spending $90. Right, this is just a made-up number. They could be spending $90 on Flux. They can do the same thing, provide the same. I don't know, what are they, the storage, the same, whatever, right? For them for 5 cents, 10 cents. So it saves them insane amounts of money. So it's actually a usage for that layer 3. I thought that was really cool.
Well, and he's talked about is the fact it doesn't necessarily have to be a replacement. It can be a supplement. It can be, a backup, or Web3 could be the primary and AWS could be the backup. I mean, it's cheap. So you can use it as one or the other, so that way you don't go down. Wouldn't it be cool? Just thought about this. Wouldn't it be cool? Everybody's been talking about Ethereum nodes all being on AWS. Wouldn't it be cool if Ethereum
If they were on
nodes
Flux.
ran on Flux? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We need to charge them double.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
But I like that Dan mentioned like AWS can go down where the Flux, that's not, the infrastructure's not going to go down unless everybody all at the same time just crashes. Thought that was really cool. So we're definitely going to need even more people, right, to get involved with Flux and the nodes. And however, that way it's easier for them to present when you say, instead of having 13,000, I think it was 13,000 nodes they have right now, like, hey, we have 100,000. It sounds a lot more secure
Mhm.
for them as the business side. So yeah, more people get involved in it. More people that just are aware that it's out there. Definitely is good for everybody, I think.
Yeah, that's actually where, in this particular case, that's where it's going to be important to have the value of Flux go up. I mean, if it gets to like the $2 to $3 mark, like it was, I mean, it's going to draw so many more people in building out nodes. So in this particular case, price is a significant advantage in helping them grow their business.
Aussie J Mining in chat also made a good point that Keller, when they tested the crash, right, and it still stayed up. Like that was a good point that he brought up. So that's
Yep.
really true. Yeah.
That's
Wait,
cool.
the accidental crash? Like
Yeah.
they did? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was interesting. Yeah.
But see, right now would be a perfect time to get into your guys' nodes because I built my first one when it was like $3.50. So I traded a lot of Ethereum to get my first one, right? I should have held off, right? So like right now when it's below $1, man, it's like the perfect time to do a node right now.
Yeah.
As far as like, how much, I guess you could look at it like money it costs to get into it, right?
Yeah. The buying
Versus
cost.
$4,000 when it's at $4 or
Yep.
$1,000 right now.
I know.
So-
My first one was accumulated over time, so it was some of it was cheap, some of it was expensive. I think the average on it was about the same as my second one, which was at like $1.60. So yeah, it does hurt a little bit that I built my nodes when it was more expensive, but yeah, like I said, I got into it because everything lost value at that point. So you can't just point to, well, gee, I wish I had waited. But I built it just because I believed in it, and I wanted to try something new. I wanted to see what it was going to be like, and I wanted to branch out from just mining.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Low wattage, low
Yep.
risk.
Yep.
What are you really losing?
If they're successful in competing with like Azure and AWS, man, companies are going to rethink everything, right?
Mhm.
Because you got to think about this. Flux doesn't have to pay for the infrastructure, right? Because all of us carry out the infrastructure, right? So that's why they're able to do it for like 1/10 of the price. You know what I mean? So if this is successful, this could be like industry changing.
Yep.
Right
Yeah.
now.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Data
if you,
centers are expensive.
yeah,
You know?
they definitely are.
Yeah.
It's interesting because if you think about it, that's basically what Helium was trying to do as well. Helium was trying to build out this network, and then they're like, we're not going to be able to build all this out with the cost of it. And then they came up with this structure, and now they have a huge network, but unfortunately with very low usability. It's just kind of a niche. That's why they're branching out to 5G. There should be more usability in the 5G network, but who wants to spend $2,500 on another node? No thanks.
I got an email from them for the minted, the MNTD or
Mhm.
is it MNTD, whatever it is. Yeah, and it was $199 now. I was like, wow, thanks
Oh,
guys.
yeah,
What
yeah.
a steal.
Yeah. The old one is $199, and I know that there's a way that you can actually add 5G to it, but from what I heard, it was like $2,000 in order to add it.
Right.
So
Might as well just buy the new one.
yeah, not cheap, that's for sure. Yeah, Gordon Murray's like, who's buying a Helium 5G node? Well, some people are. There's a couple thousand nodes already rolled out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure these people are kind of doing it on faith. And remember, the first people that had Helium hotspots, they made out like bandits because they were on the bleeding edge, and they basically quote unquote, mined Helium, a lot of it early on, and then once adoption took over, that's when the profitability dropped quite a bit.
Yeah.
Patrick Murphy, 5247, first helium mention. And I think Rondi and Brian Hollywood are long gone at this point.
Oh
So I
man,
think
they
it's
can't be
safe.
here to troll Max.
Kevin O'Leary backs Helium. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't actually
hear-
know that.
Yeah, I hear him mention it a lot, actually. They'll be like, what are your top 10 cryptos or your top 5? He always throws in Helium. It's towards the end of the list, but he does throw it in. What if one day he throws in that Flux, man? Just Flux, Ergo, right? Something like that. We're going to the moon, man. You never know. So we need to
I
tweet
think
this
it'll
guy.
happen.
Hey, we need to tweet him, man. We just need to keep the numbers going up. Everybody just keep supporting the networks, and you never know, man. That could be
Mhm.
everybody's ticket out. You never know.
Absolutely.
Did Daniel talk about hash rate network switching over all the hash power? I didn't finish watching the whole video, but did that get brought up at all?
Yeah, like them being able to support it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said they definitely will be able to support Ethereum coming over. Now, I
Nice.
don't know if that's factual.
Right.
I mean, we'll see, but hopefully. But I think personally, I don't know what you guys think, but I think not everybody's going to go to Flux or just Ergo, or
Mhm.
I think it's going to be between ETC, Flux, Ergo. Like, I don't know. What do you
Right.
guys think? Top 3 that people are going to go to?
I think you just named them.
I think you
Yeah?
just named them,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, right. So
I'll probably keep some rigs on Flux permanently, but I'm going to be chasing other coins.
yeah, fair enough.
I'm
Spec
going to be
mining.
no, they're not spec mining. They're just
Oh,
not well known.
yes, I know one of those,
Like
and I will
speculative?
probably be doing that one as well. But anyway,
Mining King coin. I love that.
Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah, but I think you mentioned the top 3. I mean, the key thing is it's just really easy to translate from Ethereum mining to either Ergo or ETC because they're basically much more memory intensive algorithms. But as soon as you start getting into more core intensive algorithms, your whole power equation changes. You have to maybe change the way, like in my particular case, I can't handle that much more power in my basement without like unplugging something and plugging it into a different circuit. My 30 amp is near capacity. So
To do that today.
Oh, did
When
you?
I plugged
Okay.
in with my 86700s. Yeah, well, that and yeah, I have some PSUs coming in, but it's mostly a PSU issue. So in one of the Octo miners, I have 460 watts because it's the low spec, and I think it's total rated is like 1840 watts, and I was pulling like 1680. So I looked at the PSU temperature on the outlet was like 100 C today.
Ooh.
So I turned it off and I took a couple cards out.
Yikes.
So, but yeah, I'm right at the limit. I'm like at when I took the cards out on a 30 amp 240, I'm at 52 to 5400. So I don't have a lot of breathing room, and most of that's that S19J Pro. That thing is an energy monster.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm at like 54, 5500. But when I get into the winter, it'll be cooler down there. So my Octominer fans will be running so high because it'll be colder in the basement. So I will
Good point.
save some power there. But yeah, it's yeah, I can probably put, I don't know, probably will put like try to put at least 4 of my 3070 Ti's on Flux to start, or I like I said, I might actually move one of my rigs over to a 120 volt circuit down there. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is I'm actually going to be, I'm gonna probably do it after the merge. I'm just going to mine the way it is for now. But once the merge takes place, I'm going to turn off one of my rigs and change out the power supply so that I can run that wake alarm command on Hive OS each day. And so it'll basically tell it to wake up at a certain time. And then when I want it to turn off, I'll just go in there and run that command. So basically I can set up that wake alarm to wake up in however much time, whether, 8, 12, 14 hours, whatever I want it to do, to only mine during the cheapest power times of the day.
Hey, that's smart, man.
Yeah, so we'll see. That's right now my strategy. I think if I mine when power is like 3 to 5 cents, I
Yeah.
think it will be profitable at that power rate. So we'll have to wait and see. And definitely it'll be great once we start getting into fall. That's when once it's starting into fall and the temperatures start to drop and people open up their windows. Yeah, that's when like at night you get like negative, because there's
Yeah.
just so much excess power. So hopefully we'll start getting into that soon. So it would be nice if they actually made the merge in October, when we could actually be running our rigs to heat our houses. It kind of offsets it, but they
It's still hot where
obviously
I
take
live,
us into
so.
account. Yeah, that's true where you are.
So I know you mentioned algorithm. So I've heard mixed things for Flux, where people will say Flux uses more than Ethereum, and maybe that's true. I always do 0 core and 0 memory, and it's exactly the same wattage as Ethereum for me. For all of my cards, it doesn't really matter which one. Now I might be losing maybe 5% my mega hash, but for me, I'm so used to Ethereum. I'm comfortable with Ethereum and my outlets. I know that they can run in that outlet with that rig. So for me, yeah, that's great. And I would love maybe even an Ergo, because Ergo is even more efficient. Anything but Kapow. I do support Raven, though. Love you, Raven. Can't mind you. Sorry, buddy. But I do support the project. But hey, I don't understand why or how. Maybe you could tell me this, Max. How is Flux still ASIC resistant, but not as heavy on your GPUs like a Kapow?
That I'm not sure. I know that there's things that get built into different algorithms to help make them like for instance, if you remember Ravencoin's old it was like X17, I think is what they used to have, where it actually would change algorithms every so often, and that's what helped make it ASIC resistant. I don't think necessarily Kapow or ProgPow does that, but they have some other type of mechanism that keeps ASICs off the network. So I'm not really sure. I know that in the case of ProgPow, what they were trying to do was make an algorithm that used the entire GPU. Instead of just using a portion of it, which is why ASICs are much more efficient, because they just purpose built them just for mining, while a GPU is only using a small portion of its capability. So that's I think that's part of the reason why you have what Flux uses is somewhat ASIC resistant, but ProgPow is purpose built for GPUs to use both the core as well as the memory.
Yeah, no, that's a great explanation, man. I appreciate that. I wish more coins could do something like that. Like,
Well,
I would love to mine Raven. I really would, but I'm just not willing to go heavy on the core.
What about? Do you have any 6700s?
No, I'm not an AMD guy. I have a couple. I got a one rig at 6600. I don't know, man. AMD for me, they just maybe it's the overclocking's weird, or
it's like driving a manual, right? The Nvidia is like the automatic, and the AMD is like the manual, where you have to do SoC frequencies, VDD max. You have to do the core voltages. I think Nvidia is very easy to tune. AMD to me is like you can get those tunings on each card, like they could be like 1 or 2 difference in millivolts, you know what I mean, or frequency on the memory. You could fine tune them, very nicely. But on Ravencoin, you could still do 90 watts ish and be at 24, 25 mega hash on your 6700 XTs. So they will still be very low wattage and still get good hash rate. So I'll be doing some content on that pretty soon to do like how much heat does that still produce on the core, because it is a more core intensive algorithm. Yeah.
So ABMS, he likes to respond to everything I say. I guess he agrees with you. AMD's easier to tune. I would actually disagree, because Nvidia is what? Core and memory, right? And so AMD, like you mentioned, voltage, you got to worry about what's the other ones? There's a couple extra.
There's a core voltage, memory controller voltage, SoC frequencies, SoC VDD Max, but usually the SoCs on a lot of them, you don't have to tune those all the time. But yeah, there is quite a few more, things you could use.
Well, it's funny because I just was thinking about this. It's almost like Nvidia is like the Mac of video cards, while AMD is more the Windows. You know, you won't tweak things in Windows, but Macs, they just work. At least that's what Mac users say.
I've always
Chili's
felt
like,
as
yes.
well, it's easier to sell like an Nvidia card, I think. What do you guys experience on that?
Yeah, I think so too. It is a better all around card in my opinion because it has some other features that that AMD hasn't had historically. Obviously now they're starting to get some of those features that Nvidia has, but it still seems like Nvidia is a step ahead as far as features go, regardless of pure gaming performance. Like from a streamer's perspective, it has like codecs in and stuff like that you can use that AMD doesn't have. So
there was a few people in chat though, if you were curious. It looks like Paddywhack Miner, he has 6600s, the non-XTs, doing 14.87 mega hash at 49 watts on Kapow. And there was one more. The Travelers Travels. He has 6700s doing 25-ish mega hash at 94 watts on Kapow.
Okay.
nice.
That's good.
So that's
Flux, I think Flux just had an announcement, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, that they are working on the AMD side right now to make their algorithm a little more favorable for them.
that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
I'm trying to keep my farm like split 50-50, right? Because I mean, even besides Flux, like there are other algorithms that do favor AMD, and there's other ones that kind of favor Nvidia. So I'm pretty much, even though I bought a lot of GPUs, I ended up being still pretty much 50-50 split for me.
Actually, Kirk Solar mentioned Flux has a new algo in their back pocket ready to go in case of an ASIC comes out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Well, I mean, just that alone, by them saying that, should hopefully deter ASIC manufacturers from trying to do it.
Right, because as soon as they see one, they'll just switch it, and then you're not making anything anymore.
And the one thing, again, the other thing I really like about Flux that is very different than Ethereum. Ethereum was swayed by investors quite a bit. Is I don't really get the impression with Flux that they are swayed. Now they do have like, I don't know if anybody's got a node, you can actually go in and vote on proposals, and some of these things are way off the wall, like very self-serving proposals, like, hey, pay me 100,000 Flux, and I will do all this marketing, and I'll only take 20,000 Flux as a payment, and spend the other 80,000. And I'm like, wow, that's very startup-ish, I guess. But yeah, I was like, no thanks. I think they got it covered.
Yeah.
But
I love listening to Dan. I love listening to him.
Yeah, I do too.
He was talking about how he's getting, well, not he, but Flux is getting so many offers to buy equity in the company. We'll give you all this crazy amount of money. We'll blow it up, blah, blah, blah. Nope, you can buy the coin if you want equity, which isn't really equity. But I really like that response. They're not willing to sell it out or anything. That means a lot to me, at least.
Yeah, same here. But with that said, yeah, it's a dangerous thing because I'll give you an example. Has anybody heard of Sidecar?
No, Sidecar?
Uh-huh. They were the first rideshare company, and nobody's heard of them. Why?
Why is that?
I thought Uber was the first.
Nope. Uber took a lot of seed money and marketed the hell out of themselves. Sidecar said, build it and they will come. And they had the best technology, the best features. I loved Sidecar. I was a rideshare driver at the time. I loved Sidecar. They had all the rider features. One of the things I absolutely loved was the fact that if you had somebody that wanted you as a driver, they could find you. They could see if you were nearby and specifically request you.
That's cool.
which was great because you could generate a few like clients go to the airport, things like that, where they could request you. So there were just these special features that neither Uber or Lyft had, but because they took the status of build it and they will come and did not take in a lot of seed money, they didn't spend a lot of time trying to get the seed money. They ended up going under because they just didn't have the same users as Uber did. So they built it from a driver perspective, and Uber built it just from everybody perspective of just let's make this thing work and get as many people using it as possible. So anyway, going back to Flux, that's the danger in just turning down money, period, is money can buy a lot of things as far as marketing and exposure and that type of thing. But I still respect it. I like the fact that, yes, they're building something great, but what could they do with that money is, I guess, my question. How much quicker could they move things along if they wanted to?
It's a valid question, man. Valid concern for sure.
Yeah.
So let's see if there's any other questions out there. I got to scroll down to the bottom. Anybody else been tagged in a question?
No,
Not
I've been looking for a little bit.
Looks like you just got one from Perkster.
Yeah, he was just saying, good example on that ride sharing company that when people are talking about throwing money around, it makes me think that maybe Amazon is already thinking of the next great thing. Yeah, I mean, shoot, Amazon's in everything at this point.
Well, while we're waiting, I saw a rumor. Take it for what it's worth, guys. We'll see. Supposedly in September, Nvidia has a big announcement, and their CEO, what was his name?
Jensen.
Somebody help me. Netson, yeah. Apparently, rumor, they're going to announce the 40 series. So who knows? Maybe not next month. We'll see. It would make sense because their sales are down pretty bad right now.
I think if their prices that they predicted, already what the people think they're going to cost, if they stay there, I think the 30 series is going to be even more sought after, which is going to make it hard for miners to pick up more cards. So right now might be the time to buy, depending upon if you can, get good deals or not. Because if the gamers won't pay the, even more expensive price, they're going to be like, oh, well, we were going to upgrade to 40 series, but we can't. So we're going to go 30 series now. So I think Jay's 2 cents did a video. I think Max already brought that up in another stream.
Yeah.
Yep.
He actually came out with another not rebuttal, but another response video to everything that was caused by his first video. And he actually came out and said, yeah, prices continue to fall when I was telling you guys all to buy at that point. So yeah, it's interesting that prices have continued to fall and probably will still continue to fall. Ace at Cisco has a great question. What do you guys think about the ETH nodes POS blocking the Tornado Cash addresses?
I saw that, but I didn't read up on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you debrief us, Max? What happened?
So first of all, does anybody so Tornado Cash, basically what it does is it basically launders money. It's basically what its purpose is.
Really?
It basically takes money in, mixes it all up, and then sends it out to different addresses. So, normally if you're sending money, you go from one address to the other. That can be tracked on the blockchain. This, by sending it to Tornado Cash, it gets all mixed up and then gets sent out, and you can't trace any one transaction through the entire path. So it is exactly laundering money. Now, actually having something censored at the algorithm level or at the software level, that's kind of a slippery slope. It really is slippery slope. Yeah. Because how is it any different than a Monero or Firo, any of these secure so I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about it, because why would you use Tornado Cash unless you were trying to hide something?
Right, because
Didn't
it seems like it'd
yeah.
be difficult to explain. Like, if you did ever have to explain to the IRS where this 50K come from, be like, well, tornado.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's,
Yeah.
I think more importantly, it's not where it came from, but it's where it went.
Yeah.
It's your money went somewhere. Well, where did it go? I don't know. But and that's the thing is it could be used to finance terrorism. It could be used for a lot of different things. Political, where money coming from outside the country could be coming in into our country or other countries to influence elections. I mean, there are so many ways in which this could be used the wrong way. And I honestly don't see Tornado Cash as there any good reason why you would want to use it or why you would need to use it, other than if you were doing something underhanded. So
Didn't the US already get put on the ban list?
yeah, that's why Ethereum has done that. Is they're like, well,
Yep.
Yeah, we don't want to be under the scrutiny of the SEC, which, oh yeah, guess what? Once we go to POS, we could actually become more under the scrutiny of the SEC. So let's at least get away from this so we don't draw any unneeded attention. That's my opinion of one of the reasons why they're doing it.
Neoxa
They
is
could be
blowing
doing.
up.
Oh, is it?
Dude.
I
Yeah.
saw your hand up, bud. Your teacher is saying go ahead.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I was just giving another update. Neoxa's up even more. It's up. Oh, it was up 470. It just dropped down to 430%. It was up to 470%.
For what, 24 hours?
Yeah, 24-hour change was 470%. It's down to 430. It went down
Are
a
you
tiny
kidding
bit, but it was at 470 a second ago. I was raising my hand.
Oh, baby, it's time to retire. That's that 5X. That's that 5X we've been talking about.
I'm sorry, Chili. I don't mean to bring up bad memories.
No, it's jumped $1,000 from the value from when we first talked to now. Like, that's insane. Yeah.
Oh.
It was, what did I say? It was like $2,900 or $2,800. Right
Yeah.
now, 480,000 is at $3,800.
Neoxa, you owe us because a whale was watching this live stream. Where's our percentage?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, just nothing but buys right now. That's all I'm seeing in trade, Ogre, right now. Nothing but buying. There's been only a couple sells here and there.
Wow.
I'm gonna see if I ever printed out my seed phrase in my office somewhere. God, dude, like, sorry.
It's back up to 468.33% now.
Yeah, Chili, you gotta check out iCloud or check out Immersion. See if you got something.
That's a dumb day to do a trade in, my friends.
Oh, baby.
Anyways.
Time to play some Rust.
I want to cover this. Blue Dragon Mining.
Yeah.
What would happen to ETH after the merge if it got classified as security by the SEC since it is no longer proof of work? I don't really think that's going to happen, but not saying it couldn't. That's for sure. And if it did, I don't know. I mean, look at what's happened with shoot. Why can I not think of it? What was the one that was basically listed as a security?
Ripple?
Yeah. I believe that
XRP?
was it. Yeah, XRP. Exactly.
Yeah.
And look what happened to that. Although I think that was a very different circumstance. They were very obviously an unregulated security with the way that they were issuing coin whenever they felt like it. And Ethereum isn't doing that. So they did it at the very beginning, but they haven't done it since. So yeah, I don't think it'll happen, but yeah, you never know. You never know. The SEC is getting more and more involved. There's definitely a push to provide more regulation, and where that's headed, don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that one.
Unpopular opinion. All right, I'm going to get some thumbs down. I think we need regulation for the exchanges. For the exchange, that's it. I don't think the coins we need regulation, but I do think like a Coinbase or like, right? Because I don't want them to borrow all our money, right? I don't want me to give them $1,000 and then them lend that out 9 times, right? That's how we end up with a lot
Right.
of these issues where everybody goes bankrupt. So I'm not saying the coin. Let me be clear. I don't think that the altcoins or even Bitcoin or whatever need regulation, but these exchanges are just doing crazy shit. Or, I'm sorry
Well,
for cursing on you.
and that's the thing is that you need to be very selective in the exchanges that you use. I mean, I don't know. A lot of guys love Crow, and what's Crow associated with? Why can I can't think of words tonight.
Crypto.com.
Crypto.com. Yeah.
Thank you, crypto.com. Anything that's associated that has its own coin and things like that, I kind of think it's going down that way of not being a true like bank type exchange. I Coinbase doesn't have its own coin, at last I heard. And at least I think they're not operating too much, other than now they're getting into staking, and I think that's a little dangerous because you can't pull the money out, but yet you can, and you got that issue. But definitely, I'm on Bittrex. It's a basic exchange. It's been around for a very, very long time. Yes, you can stake Cardano, but it's just a Cardano staking pool that they run. It's not anything, and they pay you what they bring in, and they take a certain percentage, and that's all that is. But other than that, they take a percentage of your trading fees, and that's it. I like a nice
fair.
basic
That's fair.
exchange so that
Yeah.
you're not running into that situation. I don't want all these, whistles and doodads, because the whistles and doodads are what get you in trouble. They sounded great when things were going great, but as soon as it's not, and they've lent out all this money, you got to run on the banks. I mean, it's like I said, it was a run on the bank is what it was. And that's the problem when you start lending out whatever you have, whatever you're banking, crypto, money, whatever. And obviously in the US, we have a banking system with protection, so banks can lend out their money. But in crypto, we don't have that. So I don't want my crypto exchange to be lending out my crypto.
And that's not fair to you. And this is obviously anecdotal, but one of my Discord members, he was actually telling me, I won't put him on blast. He had, I want to say 100 Ethereum, something around there, 100 Ethereum staking. And he got a letter just a few months ago saying that they were offering to buy him out on his massive amount of Ethereum. I think they offered him like $3,000. And it's one of those, you can take this, you don't have to accept it, but if you don't, we're probably going out of business, you can get zero. Could you imagine? And that's what's happening to
Wow,
people
I know.
around the world, like with these exchanges.
Mhm.
It's really sad, man, and it happens to good people.
Yep.
My thought on the regulation, the issue is if you give our government a little bit to regulate it, there will be no end. It'll be something kind of like a buddy of mine who doesn't mine or anything like that. He hasn't really got into crypto. He watches it, right? And he's watching everything in the world. Like China has its own cryptocurrency now, right? That's endorsed by the government. So this could happen to us, right? What happens if they say, hey, no other cryptocurrencies but the USA
USD
token, the USA token,
or is it
whatever.
USGC?
Or
I
whatever,
forget.
you know what I mean? But it's just, I feel like if you give just a little bit of room, like, okay, you could regulate this, they're going to just take everything.
Yeah,
It's all going to go away.
And a lot of what they talk about, unfortunately, is talking about rug pulls. Man, they don't call them rug pulls, but they call about the fraud that goes on. How do you regulate against that? I mean, it would be bad because it would stop a lot of new coins from even being established. Because if you create too much regulation where you have to go through so much just to create a coin, people are just gonna be like, all right, well, I guess that ship has sailed. We're done.
So this is kind of like how I feel about it. It's like crypto is a risk, right? It's an unsecured risk. So if like I lost money in a token that Vosk endorsed on his channel, it was called Cyber Token. It was on the Tron network, right? When you bought into it, right? After more people bought in, you would get a very small fraction of a percentage of the coin, right? Like I put like, I don't know, like $50 in, but at the end, right before they were gonna, go live, I had like 50,000 coins because I got in like day one, So to me, it's you just don't put more money in that you're willing to lose, and if you lose, then that's it. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's a lot of people getting into crypto that don't know anything about it and don't do research, and they want that FDIC security, right? They want to be able to get their money back and stuff like that. And I just, if you're not willing to gamble it, then don't get into crypto. Go do something more secured, with your funds. Go get into some. I'm not a stock guy or anything or mutual funds, but go talk to DJ here. He'll help you out.
But yeah, I mean, that's why people that have been in this are like, look, you need to be prepared to lose everything that you have. It's a risk. It's definitely a risk. Hopefully along the way, you make some money along the way, but definitely it's a risk. No question.
So I totally agree with those viewpoints, guys. And I believe that myself. However, like if we ever want crypto to be, like instead of the US dollar, everybody's changing that. Hey man, can I send you some Neoxa? Right? If we ever want to get to that point, like we need the big money to come in, and they're never going to come into that level of it's like, well, if you put in 2 billion, you could lose it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get it bigger than it is without some form of safety net. If it's like, I mean, what Bill Gates type of guy is going to come in and invest serious money into it? That's so much risk. I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, it's definitely a good point. We definitely want the big money to come in, no question, because with big money, it rises all tides basically. I just thought it was funny. I saw Red Panda's comment of let's go buy a yacht, but that just doesn't have the same ring to it as Lambo. So yeah.
I'll take the yacht. You want the Lambo?
No, I didn't say that. I said it just doesn't have the same ring to it. I'm gonna Lambo or whatever. I'm gonna yacht. Yeah, it just doesn't work for me.
Lambo is what I think of when I think of like a scammer. He's like, you see me in my Lambo? Like the cliche guy driving around.
I don't know. I just saw an article this week where there was, I think it was in the Mediterranean, there was like a multi-million-dollar yacht that like sunk off the coast.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know what Blue Dragon Mining was referring to, but he talked about Enron. Anybody see what that was referring to?
No, I didn't. I missed that one. Oh, I see it. Crypto Enron.
Maybe they were the business rug pull, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Alrighty, guys. Well, we've been going for an hour and a half. So any last questions before we go? My wife said CQI. Can anyone tell me a DEX which is secure so that I can move my assets from Coinbase to that exchange? I have multiple assets like Matic, Mina, ADA, Sand, Solana, and all, I guess is what that means. But yeah, I don't know.
If Coinbase goes down, like it really does, like just full on go down, I think every other exchange is screwed. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying Coinbase is safe, but Coinbase is the biggest, or not the biggest, but the most well known for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely the most well known.
Yeah, if Coinbase goes down, I can't possibly recommend anything else to you. I don't know. That's tough.
Then again, though, I don't really buy a lot of coins, and all the coins I have, I don't keep them on exchanges. So that's my 2 cents. I don't keep them on exchanges unless I move it there just to sell it, right? Just to get rid of it, and that's it. Just whatever I want to sell. Other than that, I don't keep them there.
A hot wallet, at least a hot wallet, better than exchange.
Yeah, like MetaMask or something, but they don't support all the coins.
I use Exodus personally, but
I think Chili uses that too.
The safest thing is what Chili did, right? Cold storage.
Oh, is it?
I love you, bro. You know I love you. Cold storage is the way to go, boys.
Super chilled storage.
Is Exodus or is it Gemini that was the guys who got screwed by Mark Zuckerberg? That formed
Gemini.
Is Gemini?
That was Gemini.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to use them in exchange a long time, but they actually have limited tokens they support. So that's when I moved over to crypto.com. But I used Gemini for a long time.
Yeah, like I said, I mainly use Bittrex. I've had them for quite a while, and I don't know, I've had good luck with them. And obviously in anything you do, there's risk. But the risk, obviously, if you have a hardware wallet, or that you lose something. But it's within your control to not have something happen. Back up, that type of thing. Sorry, Chili, I'm not trying to rub that in, but
Dude, it's a hot topic. It's totally fine.
yeah. But the thing is that you also have risk if you keep things in a centralized exchange. You could lose it all.
Yeah.
But at least it's recoverable. So there's pluses and minuses. So as long as you are confident and you take the correct steps and that you aren't planning on moving things around a lot, yeah, cold wallet definitely is a better option. But
I guess my question is, I've been looking into Trezor or Ledger. What would you guys prefer that I get?
Ledger.
Go ahead, Mike.
I love Ledger, Chili. Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to try the Ledger Nano S, the new one. Or
The S Plus. The S Plus, dude, it's amazing. It holds just as much as the X. Yeah. The only thing is it's not Bluetooth, which I don't mind. So this is how I store my crypto. I kind of I took it a whole nother level. I have a mini PC on a little different desk with a little crappy monitor and keyboard, right? And it has a Wi-Fi dongle. When I'm not using it, I pull it out. That's the only place where I move my Ledger funds, and all my core wallets, or all my crypto wallets are there for Lithium, all those things. They're all on that one PC, and then I just unplug the Wi-Fi dongle, so it's super secure. And then I print out all of my seed phrases, put them in the file cabinet in the walk-in closet. You know what I mean? So I just made a whole day of just making everything secure.
My final thought. Red Panda Mining, he did a video on the new Intel GPU. I also have that GPU, and I believe he only got 10 mega hash. So I'm glad I didn't waste too much time on it. 10 mega hash for 70 watts,
yeah,
I think.
Yep,
around 775. So yeah, I better put that baby back on eBay. That thing is doo-doo, but hey, it looks cool though. It looks cool.
He needs to dip it in the RPM bathwater so it gets 10 more mega hash.
Your thumbnail, dude, was so good. I love that thumbnail you made, King.
That is hilarious.
Intel drivers are terrible. As someone who has used it, I mean, awful. It just stutters like this when I try to play StarCraft. It's so bad, man, so bad.
Intel's going to have a hard time. I'll just say that, because you got to think about this. AMD and Nvidia have been doing their drivers for decades, right? Intel, that's why they're only supporting newer games, because they don't have the legacy that these guys have just been building on top on for years, right? So it's going to be a rocky road for them for, I would say, at least 5 years. Yeah. They're going to have to make a whole team to give support to older generation games.
I might just keep it one day, and maybe they'll go out of business and something, and I'll be like, "Look, guys, I got the first Intel GPU," and it's like a museum piece. I'll just put it on my wall. But it looks cool.
All right, and one last note: what do you think? I have it on 2080 Ti. That's not what I want. 3070. 3070. What do you think a 3070 is making on Neoxa right now?
$1.91.
$1.87. Very close. You just looked it up, didn't you?
I'm going by my electric rate, but yeah, it's $1.91.
If you watch those 24/7 ads that I talked about, that's an extra 70 cents on top of that Neoxa one. So that could put you up to $2.50. Not even kidding. With extra one.
And I should say, it was really lagging. That free cache, those videos were really lagging. It was getting nothing. And now it's back up to $1 a day. So it's been nice. But I was getting 300, 400 points, 30, 40 cents for quite a while. And then all of a sudden it just bumped back up again. So, and then of
Yeah.
course, if you do 1,000 coins or 1,000 points a day, you get an extra 25 or 50 if you keep doing it every day. There's ways of making some more. So yeah, I've been making probably on average about $1.30 a day just for a few minutes, just for doing something for a few minutes. So it's been kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you turning me on to that.
Yeah. So on the 7th day you get your streak. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I actually won $23 yesterday on my 7th day.
Holy cow!
Nice.
Oh, wow,
Yep.
23,000 points.
Yeah, just for getting $1 a day doing surveys and letting the ads run. And I still play the phone games. Sorry, I know you're trying to end the stream.
Oh no, that's good. I appreciate you bringing that up. Actually, the surveys have been getting better. Like it's been a lot easier to gain points with the surveys. So I've been liking that a lot more. You can get quick 500-600 points. But yeah, try it out, guys. It definitely it adds up. It adds up. I've done a couple of payouts to Litecoin. It seems to be, for me, it seems to be the cheapest way to to basically cash out on it.
Speaking of gwei, gas is like 6 gwei right now, 8 gwei for high, like 22 cents for the fastest speed.
Funny you bring that up. I know we were trying to end the stream, but that's actually a really good point. There were a couple of announcements about what's going to go on around the merge. And one of the suggestions that had been talked about was there's going to be so many people trying to cash out that the prediction is that gas fees are going to go up right around the time of the merge and shortly thereafter. So if you are going to mine at the merge time and want to get a final payout, prepare that you might want to wait a week or two to get your payout. Maybe just a week. But yeah, you won't want to get it right at the merge as gas prices most likely will be way up. So, any last parting thoughts from everybody?
Neoxa is going down.
Neoxa is going down.
It went from 470 down to 320%. So if you're gonna sell, do it now.
We're ending the stream.
Wow.
Yeah, mine was up there pretty high, but right now it's mine's at 51 Litecoin. It's like $2,700.
Damn.
Nice.
I'm not doing it though. Not doing it. I'm holding out for more.
You can always sell and rebuy at a lower price if you think it's going down.
I'm a long-term crypto holder. I got tired of selling all the time.
I don't know.
Not financial
They say BTC
not financial
under 20.
advice.
That's not good.
What was that?
The chat saying BTC's under 20K again.
Oh, jeez.
Is it really?
Yeah, profitability on my S19 went down the last couple of days. It was like $4, and now it's down to like $2 a day for me.
Yeah, a lot of that seemed to be related though to the Fed Chair's comments yesterday. So
Yep.
I don't really think that I don't know. That should have all been priced in.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't think it was that bad, but
No, I mean, yeah, guys, yes, he is going to continue to keep his foot on the gas. He's gonna make sure that inflation does not take over. I don't know if everybody remembers what the 70s were like. You get into when we were very close.
Tell me.
Okay.
You're the only one that can tell us.
Okay, so what happens with inflation is you get into a cycle. So, inflation goes up. Guess what? Income needs to go up to keep up with inflation. And it becomes this endless cycle once you get into it, because it basically has momentum at that point. What they have to do is they have to stop the momentum. Volcker was the Fed chair back then, and he was like, man, this momentum, I gotta put the brakes on this damn thing. So he basically raised interest rates to incredible levels to basically make everybody stop what the hell they were doing and create unemployment, create a recession to stop the inflation. Now, I don't think we're that bad yet, but he's basically saying, I'm not taking a risk. If I need to send us into a short-term recession in order to make sure that we stop this inflation, so be it. So their foot is on the gas through the end of the year, and until we see inflation really start to come down, that isn't going to change. That is not going to change. We're going to keep seeing these, but I think we're going to see a spike in interest rates in order to control this inflation, and then things will calm back down and we'll get back to it. It may take a year and a half, maybe 2 years, but we'll be fine. So
I gotta hop
Cheers,
off. My
Chili.
wife needs help with the kiddos, so I gotta
Alrighty.
bounce.
well, we're gonna hop
Take
off
care,
too.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Chili, for being here. I appreciate it. And
See you guys.
guys, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you guys all. And don't forget, I will be here on Monday with Mondays with Max. And when are you guys on now? Mining King, you and King, or you and Hawk?
Me and King.
Yeah, you and King.
It's every Tuesday. It's Terahash Tuesdays. So we're going before Teaspoon, and then we're gonna try to raid him. I don't know how that works, so I have to look into that.
What time do you say?
It's supposed to be our stream's gonna start an hour before Teaspoon's.
Yeah, so
Well, I mean, you're kind of irregular.
I love
Okay,
it.
I think
Yeah,
we're going.
I
I
know.
think we're going
I'm
for
working on it.
at 8:00 Eastern time, and
Yeah.
it's going to be on my channel this time because last week it was on Hawks. Hopefully, we get New England in here. I know he's in the chat right now. He says, "Oh, I just got my webcam hooked up." So hopefully, New England can make it. If not, we have a new possible YouTuber coming in the scene that is a
Ooh.
female that could be coming on the show.
Oh,
I think I know who.
That'd be
I
awesome.
think I know
awesome.
who as well.
So depending upon if New England can make it, if New England comes, then he'll be on the show, and then the she'll be on the following week. So
Awesome.
Sweet.
Excellent.
so it'll be on my channel next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday, I should say.
Cool. And my time now for Mondays with Max, at least for the foreseeable future, will be 8:30 because I just haven't been able to get home in time to get it to happen at 8.
EST?
So, what was that?
EST?
EDT.
EDT, but it's actually 9:30 EDT. And on that note, thanks guys. I appreciate you guys for all being here, as well as all you guys out there. And you guys all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Later, guys.